Hello everyone, this is Adam Pizzo again, and this is one short installment just about the solar myths that I talked about in my very first video. First and foremost, the solar myths. Number one, the federal government or your state is going to put solar panels on your home for free. So I bet that video you saw before mine said this. The federal government is not going to put anything on your roof for free. The only power they have under current legislative laws is to give you an income tax return. That is 30% of the system that you chose to put on your house. Again, in the year after you install your system, you can receive a 30% federal income tax return that will pay for 30% of your system. This was not true as of a few months ago. It was actually 26%. Interestingly enough, back in 2016, it was also 30%. What was supposed to happen is it was 26% this year. And then the following year, I think it went down to 21 or 22%, and then it was going to disappear altogether. But there was a little bit of a partisan change, and the bill got put through that extended the 30%, increased the 30%, and extended that indefinitely. Now, there could just as easily be another partisan change that does not allow that 30%. So while it is currently indefinite, that could change next year, a year from now. So there is some urgency to get that 30%, but they're not going to pay to install solar panels on your roof for free. All right, number two, the federal government or your state is going to pay you to put solar panels on your home. So I'm going to say that there is some truth to this myth, definitely not on the federal level, as I've explained, but on the state level, there are lots of state incentives. But I think most people think that this statement means that not only are they going to put the solar panels on your roof for free, they're also going to pay you after they're installed. So not only are you going to get free solar panels, they're going to continue to give you cash payments just for taking advantage of going solar and the opportunity. So I will come back to this myth, but they're not going to put solar panels on your roof for free, federal government or state government. The payments we'll talk about after you've paid to install the system and you have a loan. Myth number three, the sun doesn't shine at night when it's raining, snowing, or just plain cloudy. So there's no way solar panels are going to be able to make all of my electricity. While it is 100% true that the sun doesn't shine at night, we all know that, and that your solar panels will make zero electricity at night. And it's also true that your solar panels will not produce as much electricity when it's raining, snowing, or just plain cloudy. What this statement fails to tell you is that in just 5 hours in the state of New Jersey, or at least everything on this latitude, you will get enough sunlight to make all the electricity you need to make for your home for both the nighttime and the daytime. So you're going to make all that electricity in just 5 hours. So it doesn't matter that it gets dark every night. So I guess it could matter that you're not going to make enough electricity on cloudy days or stuff like that, but that also doesn't take into account that there are more than enough sunny days in 1 year to generate all the electricity you need over that year. And thankfully, your utility grid supplier, your electric supplier, uses your credits in that way. In other words, when you make electricity, you make more electricity than you need to make during those 5 hours a day in the state of New Jersey. What ends up happening is your meter, quote unquote, spins backwards. So it doesn't really spin backwards. They put a new meter on your house when you go solar. And this meter allows you to prove how much solar power, extra solar power, you produced during that daytime. The good part about that is the meter's on your house and you can visualize it whenever you want. You don't have to take the electric company's word for it, because what the electric company does is they register that extra power as credits that you can use that very night. In fact, you can use them for an entire calendar year. So don't worry about the rainy days. Don't worry about the cloudy days. It's not a big deal because there's more than enough sunny days every year. And if your system is sized appropriately, like we talked about, then there is no fear when it rains, when it's snowy, or any of those things, because you have the full year to make all the electricity that you need to make with your solar system and use those credits from your power company. Myth number 4, my friend or neighbor told me you can't use the electricity from your solar panels when the power goes out. Why would I pay to put a solar power plant on my roof if I can't use it when the utility lines are down? I completely get this. 2016, I was with these people, but I still decided to go solar simply because my installer was up front with me. He's like, look, the way this thing's connected, the way the state of New Jersey wants you to connect the solar system to the utility grid for the safety of the utility workers, and so that, well, you can't go off grid at the time, is that you will not have electricity when the power's out. So he helped me. In the price of the new solar system, where I still got to subtract that 30% from my income tax return, he added an automatic transfer switch, and I got a new utility panel, a new electric panel for my home. And as part of that, I was able to connect a generator to my home when the power was out. And man, I needed it. So unfortunately, I had power outages 1.8 miles from where I currently live of 16 hours plus with certain storms. So it was a really big deal to me, especially going through that experience and losing refrigerator full after refrigerator full of food, that I have power no matter what, especially with 3 kids. This was absolutely true in 2016. It was the only way to do this unless you put in a battery storage system with that automatic transfer switch. So I'm happy to say that in 2021, just last year, that changed. So you can absolutely pick the correct components and have power from your rooftop solar system without a battery system. And you can actually use that power only when the sun is up to power your home during an outage. Obviously, you can also combine a battery, and now you can also combine a generator if you already have one like me with that. So on to myth number 5. Perhaps the most important one, solar panels take forever to pay for themselves, and it's going to be years before I start saving money. This is not true in the slightest. A correctly designed solar system like the ones I'm going to show you is going to save you money, not in a few years, not decades from now, but it's going to start saving you money the very second you turn it on. And that first month, if it's not in the middle of a billing cycle, the very first full month that you own the system, you will be able to make all of your own electricity for the first time, and from there on out, since it's on. So the end result of that is actually kind of simple. You are not going to have an electric bill. Case in point, if you added up all the electricity I use over the year, and multiplied it by the kilowatt hour charge, then you divided all of that money over 12 months, I would have a bill of $250 every month. So as long as the solar system that was designed for me had a loan payment and a subsidy that equaled less than $250, I was going to save money. And that happens from the very first month you own the system. So there is no waiting years. It happens as soon as you go solar, and that's the good part about it with a properly sized system. Thank you everyone for your time and attention. Just in case you forgot over this long video, my name is Adam Pizzo. I can't wait to read your comments. I can't wait to answer your questions, but most importantly, I do want you to go solar your way, and I will be here to help you do just that.